welcome to Flamecast. I am Todd Platts. And this week with me, well, I guess this isn't weekly. It's been more like monthly or bi-monthly, but...
This episode.
Yeah, this episode. Again, we've got the guy from our first podcast, from podcast number 1, Flamecast number 1. We've got Matt Spielman again. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. I'll say I'm disappointed because we're in reruns already, but maybe we'll be new stuff. It's just
it's not
returning
really
guest star.
Yeah, you're back by popular demand.
Whoa. That's kind of you to let me think that.
Well, if you take a look at how many people have listened to the podcast, I think you're number 1. I think Travis might be number 2.
Whoa.
The others are like behind, but yeah, you're one of the highest rated podcasts so far.
So Travis is my competition, eh?
Yeah.
Hate for him to be unavailable for a follow-up.
Well, this episode, not going to go too much into, Flaming Dust stuff, but some of the stuff we might talk about might hit close to home there. But, Matt, we're getting old.
Hell yeah. We could be. Well, no, I still hold out hope for life-extending technologies, and perhaps we can be immortal. But otherwise, we might be halfway done.
Yeah, like heads in jars. Futurama.
I'd really rather not, although I could probably find a lot to do.
Well, yeah, we were notified that our 25th high school reunion is coming up next year, so we've got that to prepare for, yeah. And, well, for those of you who kind of know what's going on with the previous one, I ended up doing a slideshow, and it's actually on the website. You can go look at it there, flamingdeath.net. But I haven't really been asked to do anything yet for this one, other than, well, John Shu and Molly. I can't remember her name now. But Molly. They're in charge of the reunion, this next one here coming up. And they thought that maybe I had all the names of people and their contact information, and I'm like, well,
you were voted most outgoing in the class, or was that shyest? I don't remember.
Yeah, probably shyest. It's kind of weird because people talk to me now and like, you were voted shyest? I'm like, you get over it.
You too, little buckaroo.
Yeah.
I have to admit that we had an aggressive campaign that probably skewed your introverted tendencies also, but that's anything to guarantee an election.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it would have been kind of weird if I was campaigning for the shyest person.
Exactly. That was the irony that so fascinated at least me as a high school senior.
Yeah.
Who was your competition though? That's the crazy thing. I wonder who were we campaigning against? I think we ran a very positive campaign. I remember I think Kevin made some buttons, didn't he?
Oh, I have no idea if he did or not.
Boy, I wonder if I have one.
Well, that would be interesting. I never got one.
No, that would be active campaigning. That wouldn't work well at all.
Yeah, that would be working against me. So.
Yeah. I remember making use of the crowd at the front of the hallway at the end of lunch period. Everyone waiting for the bell to ring, and big groups of people to be able to loudly proclaim Todd for shyest.
Well, I know on the because wasn't there a female category and a male category for each thing that they had?
I think so.
Yeah,
we have to dig out the yearbooks and find out.
The female one went to oh, man, my mind's going blank. I need like a yearbook in front of me.
The senior moment.
Senior in more than one way. Actually, I could probably look up on the website too. Ann Gunther.
Ah.
Yeah, she was shyest on the female side, which is totally understandable because I don't think I ever heard her speak a word.
Oh, but maybe now. Maybe now. You guys can put number 30 together. I don't know. I don't know what comes after 25. Do we take it easy?
Yeah. Well, Ann's not around anymore.
Ooh.
I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yeah, it was, gosh, what, 10, 15 years ago? And, what was it? It was something with her boyfriend and another guy, and gist of it all is she ended up getting murdered.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you knew about that.
I may have. I mean, obviously. Well, at least I'll say I wasn't close to her, so I vaguely remember something about that.
Yeah, I saw something in the paper about it way back when, and I'm like, hey, I know this person. Oh my god. So, what the heck? So yeah, we've got that coming up, and I hope you're planning on being there.
Well, that certainly so far.
So far, unless you go on another trip or.
What weekend is it? Is there a date actually, or just next year?
No, there's a date involved. Let me see here. June. Weekend of June, like 13th, 14th, 15th.
Okay.
13th is a Friday. So, second weekend in June next year. So, and on my schedule, it works for me, so I am definitely going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to talk Corey into going. Again, he's like, I'm not going unless there's people there that I really want to see. It's like,
well, who would that qualify as?
I think he's thinking, like Sean Shimpak and that group.
Well, 25. I mean, 25's got to get the people out of the woodwork. You think that's something?
Yeah. He went to the 15th, but I guess it wasn't good enough for him because he didn't come the next time. So, we'll try to get him going. So, but some of the people that like I'd want to see, I kind of see anyways, or at least hear from them. A lot of the times I hear from people on Facebook, but that's kind of cheating. So, because it's less impersonal, or it's more impersonal. But actually, what was it, about a month ago? I had Maureen Lau over, or Petroviak. Husband couldn't make it, but she brought her 2 daughters with, and her girls and my girls got along famously, and ended up playing games, watching movies and stuff, and.
But couldn't get her to do a Flamecast.
I thought about it, but the time was just short. So yeah, maybe next time. But yeah, they didn't leave until it was like pretty late too. So one day thing, and yeah. But speaking of high school, you'll never guess what I dug up.
Do I get a hint at least?
We kind of talked about it in Flamecast number 1.
Now I'm thinking that's exactly what I was going to go after, and I didn't have the time, because I do know the box that my Don Young songbook is in.
Man, I was looking through this, and it's like, Okay, yeah, there's a few typos here and there and stuff, but was it Kevin that put this together, or was it me? I can't remember.
I think you did. I don't know that Kevin would have had enough of the songs to put the whole song look together. Because a lot of it was just you and I passing around, at least to start with. Because you had some, there was. I remember I was amazed at some of the earlier ones. Like already, I'd forgotten. They were coming out so rapidly.
Yeah, yeah, I've got more obscure songs than what you guys did.
Oh yeah.
I mean, first one in here is "Coming Round" to the tune of "London Bridge" by Kevin Spencer. Yeah, Jungle Woman's coming round, coming round, coming round. Jungle Woman's coming round, Neanderthal lady.
Now we should let everyone know that obviously this is bad behavior and immature, but it was funny as heck and a way to get through algebra trig. Even though Maynard is a nice teacher.
Oh yeah, I'm looking through the ones I did, and yeah, I've got ones to the tune of Helter Skelter. Let's see. Hey, George of the Jungle.
Yep. That was big. That was in Weird Al's heyday when we were doing that.
Oh yeah. Yesterday, Party Man, Diamonds and Pearls. So you can tell what kind of music I listened to back then. It was mainly Prince and Beatles.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took you that long to get to a Prince song you talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, my favorite in there was my first one I ever did, which was the one to the tune of You Got the Look. She's got donuts.
Uh-huh. Now, do we have to explain the origin of that? Did we in the first one? We may have.
We may have, but I mean, basically it was yeah, her turn to bring rolls. We always had rolls, not donuts.
Yes, and etiquette dictated that they came from Keel's Bakery.
Yeah, because any other place was just uncivilized.
Yeah, gross even.
Yeah. So yeah, it was her turn to bring rolls, and she refused to bring them, and she said, "I don't have any money for that," and she wasn't going to bring them, so someone else decided that, hey, they were going to bring rolls instead, and well, Friday came forth, and the one person brought the rolls, and she brought donuts. And it's like, what the hell? First of all, you said you weren't going to bring anything, and now you're pissed that someone else brought some and no one's eating yours? Well, second of all, you brought fucking donuts.
Yeah, I remember very distinctly they were Hy-Vee donuts.
Yeah.
Which I think would be okay bad. Now. In these modern times, kids don't know just what the old times had.
Oh, yeah.
They're lost. Keel's is lost.
Yep, Hy-Vee stuff back then. And for like their some of their rolls, instead of using like real the frosting that you get, it was more of like a whipped cream type frosting, and it didn't taste anything like frosting, to me anyways. Because once in a while my mom would get those, and it's like, are you kidding? Come on.
Disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed! Have you seen that Kevin Sorbo outtake from Hercules?
No.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. You gotta look it up on YouTube sometime.
Okay.
But,
is Kevin Sorbo disappointed, huh?
Yeah, totally changing the subject, but he's like a alter ego, like mirror dark universe version of himself. And I think if I get the story kind of right, it's his evil self that comes into the current reality that the real Hercules is in, and he read the script a little wrong, let's say.
Okay.
Okay. Disappointed was the method on which he was supposed to deliver his line.
Oh, I will say Kevin Sorbo. The first term in searching Kevin Sorbo on YouTube is Kevin Sorbo disappointed.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's great. But yeah, he's like, wait a minute, this isn't my world. And then all of a sudden he's like, disappointed! And it's like, I bet the director was like, oh my God, dude. Did you read the script right? Nah, I don't think you did. But yeah. So, just totally throwing off topic here.
Okay. Don't
Anyway,
do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Corey, because we kind of talked about him earlier. Actually, I went to lunch with him today, and we had Chinese buffet for lunch. So I won't have to eat until tomorrow lunch.
Actually, no. Well, it's not a lunch suggestion. I just found. Where did I find that? There's a place. I wonder if it still exists in Rochester. I was looking. For my birthday, I got an ice cream machine. And one of the things we liked from our trips to Europe was a Riesling gelato, Riesling wine, which is a big wine in the Rhine area. And there was a chocolate shop in Rochester that had pear Riesling gelato. What is that place?
I couldn't tell you offhand.
Chocolaterie Stam. STAM. 111 South Broadway.
111 South Broadway. I wonder if that's down in the subway area. Because I think there is a chocolate place down there, if I remember correctly. But
because it's kind of funny that a chocolate place, like it's the number one, or maybe it's just most recent thing, was chocolate place. Great pear Riesling gelato. Like, oh, I guess it's chocolate and more.
Actually, there's I don't know if you remember the Galleria mall there. It might be in there. I think there might be something on the second floor there.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Should you want to check it out.
All right. So, yeah, have you heard the big news in the comic book world? I mean, it's a little bit old now, but...
in comic book world?
Yeah, it's about a week old. Well, comic book movies, more specifically.
Oh!
So, what's your take on...
Batman and Superman?
Yeah, the new Batman who they chose.
Actually, I've already seen someone took I don't know what movie Ben Affleck took
a dump.
A dramatic pose. No, someone pasted his head onto I don't even know which Batman suit it was, but he looked very, it was trying to be like, I'm Batman. And I'm like, well, it could work. It could work.
See, I think it'll actually work.
Did you see, there was, I forget what it was, some entertainment magazine had talked about the top 10 Batman movies that weren't made.
Really?
Like different sequels and stuff. And they were talking about after Michael Keaton did his, that they were talking, so they were going to do something, they were doing, not the Dark Knight trilogy that just got done, but the Dark Knight Returns, and they were going to have Clint Eastwood as an old Batman in the 80s. I'm like, oh, freaking awesome.
That would have been kind of cool. Yeah, if they did something for, Dark Knight Returns, and, converting that over. That would be kind of neat. I can see him in that part.
Here, I have a Reddit reference to it. Let's see. Heck is it? Oh, that's just a discussion.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just totally up in arms about Affleck doing Batman, but it's like, good lord, people. I mean,
Well, hey,
you look at the stuff he's done recently. I mean, you look at Argo, and I mean,
yeah. Well, that was the thing
eh,
too. I also saw is it confirmed he's going to direct too? Someone at least thought that they might direct.
I heard that, but I don't know if that was going to be the case or not. And I could see that maybe happening too, but I don't know if that's kind of up his alley in directing an action pick like that.
But I tell you, a lot of people too thought Anne Hathaway is the Catwoman, that princess girl. And
Right,
she
right.
kicked butt.
Yep, she did a good job.
There's the I just chatted you. There's the 10 Batman movie one article.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh,
Off of whatculture.com if anyone's interested.
oh my God. Bill Murray's head on Batman, that just looks wrong.
So we're gonna take a battering, and we're gonna. You got to take the gardener voice to Batman. I think we're gonna drive the Batmobile down. I don't know which villain would equal the Gopher though. The Gopher. Little Gopher.
Oh, number 7, that would have been a good. I still would hope that they do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Make a movie out of Batman Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
That would just be awesome. Oh God. Number 9, the picture of Superman down there. That's just totally wrong. Josh Hartnett. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, with Affleck. I mean, have you seen Daredevil?
Oh yeah.
So, what was your thoughts on Daredevil?
I didn't mind it. I mean, I thought the storyline wasn't all that much, but I like Daredevil fine.
So, yeah, I see so many people who just shred that movie, but I mean, I actually liked it. I mean, I've got it on DVD, and
now I don't know a lot of people that have Elektra because I think did I rent that? I don't know what happened. I'm like, oh, it's a follow up, and that was just
bad.
A flying mess. That
I never did see that one.
I don't know if I could suspend my disbelief enough to follow the plot. It was really just weird.
Yeah, I didn't go there. But, oh, you know what I picked up on DVD just a couple of days ago? I was shopping for food at Walmart, and before I went over to the food section, well, number 1, I had to go over to the Hot Wheels area because I'm looking for the Star Trek Hot Wheels. They've got a Enterprise that's, from the recent movie.
Okay.
And they're tough as hell to find. I managed to get 2, but I had to order them through. I had to get them from someone on eBay where I paid. I think with shipping it was like $15.
Okay. They're tough as hell, so I got 2.
Well, I mean, I use them for my Star Trek game, the tabletop, Starship battle game, and they've got 2 different versions too. They've got a normal version, and then they've got a battle damaged version.
Yeah, of course.
Well, it'd be nice to have the battle damaged ones too. So, like, when we're playing the game, and I'm killing someone, then we can swap out their ship with a battle damaged ship. But so anyways, I looked there and I wasn't finding any again. So from there, I headed towards the food area, but along the way, you pass by the DVDs and all that stuff. And calling to me from the side, it was the Flash TV series from 1990.
Okay. Gosh, I don't even remember that.
Only $10, and it's like, well, it was only on for one season, I believe. So it's like entire season in this box, or not entire season, entire series. It's like, well, yeah, if it was only on for one season, yeah, you can get the whole thing in one box. But yeah, because I'd been looking at that earlier, and they wanted, I think Best Buy wanted like $30 for it or something like that at the time, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. But $10, hell yeah. But yeah, I remember that coming out like, well, 1990, but right after all the stuff for the first Michael Keaton Batman movie, it was like, oh yeah, this is just a cool follow-up for DC to do, and kind of died. And then later we had Batman and Robin, and then the whole universe fell apart.
yeah, exactly. And the powers that be said stop.
Yeah. Well, with a combination of that and that abysmal movie that they called Catwoman, my God. There's just...
Although Hallie walking on a narrow beam was good, but yeah, that was another plot that I'm happy that my brain has purged.
I never did go and watch the thing. I boycotted it right from the start. I'm like, okay, this is not Selena Kyle, and I mean everything about it was wrong.
Todd's heart
the
is
origin,
broken.
Everything. It was just
That's
totally wrong.
It wasn't anything but Todd's heart is broken. If it's not Selena, it's not Catwoman.
Well, that's like making Alfred's niece Batgirl. I'm like, you just can't fucking do that. I'm like, you're catering to the comic book fans, and when you go and screw with the origins and stuff like that, it's like, man. Yeah,
then you don't ever want to go. You don't ever want to go read Batman Year One. Then,
yeah,
because then it's the names are right, but everything's different.
Yeah.
See, I like the alternate. I always like the. What one was it? There was a Batman series. It was all alternate universes and things like Batman. I remember Gotham by Gaslight was one of them. All sorts of different things. I kind of like that actually. Of course. We can see if you feel that same way about the Star Trek reboot too. Is that an abomination to God, or is that all right? An interesting way to keep going?
No, I'm okay with that because they've made it clear it's an alternate universe. I mean, you're gonna have stuff that's similar, but it's gonna be different too.
Brilliant.
So, I'm okay with it. The way they did it, it was just brilliant. But some people, it's like, oh, this isn't real Trek. Come on, people. It just goes to show you can't please everyone. But
nope.
Yeah, I mean, going back, it's like, okay, you take 1989's Batman, and you substitute the Joker in for Joe Chill, and the Joker kills his parents. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, back when I saw it, I wasn't that big into comic books at the time. But even then I knew, Joker's not the guy that did this. Come on.
Editing.
I mean, that one kind of still worked out, but I don't know. That's my major beef with that movie. Otherwise, it was a good movie. But I just don't like them screwing with the origins and stuff like that. I mean, you can have a little leeway, but there's a line. The line must be drawn here.
No more.
I heard something pretty interesting last week as I was listening to some other podcasts, but I'm sure you recall The Killing Joke.
Mm-hmm. I was
Yeah, I
actually
just
just looking up for grins on eBay how much, because I have the stacked deck, of course.
uh,
Uh, was so I was actually just browsing that. But anyway, go on.
but yeah, I don't know if you remember how that. Well, yeah, of course you remember. So, remember the way that it ended? You know, the Joker kind of told a little joke at the end, and then they're both kind of standing there laughing as a police car comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you ever get the impression that Batman killed the Joker on the last page?
No, not really. I mean, maybe you could
Because
say
now that I hear that and
I
I look
probably had
back at the
strong
page,
beliefs. I probably had very strong beliefs that Batman would never do that. How dare you? How dare you, sir? Maybe I
but
should go back and reread it and see.
yeah, you go and look at that last page again, and okay, they're both laughing,
Mm-hmm.
and Batman reaches out, and he's got one or two hands, like on the Joker's shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
as they're both laughing, and then um, a frame or two later, only one of them is laughing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just totally silent from the Joker's standpoint.
Now I can imagine him just hitting him on the head and knocking him out.
Yeah, but then, I mean, it's called the Killing Joke too.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, no one actually dies in this, unless the Joker does die at the end. So, who's actually killing?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm like, I would have never thought of that before, and now that I think about it, it's like, man, maybe. So, yeah, something to think about. Go back and look at that graphic novel again.
Yeah, I will have to.
Yeah, what was it? Earlier in this summer, I ended up picking up, Dark Knight Returns, parts 1 and 2. They did the animated movie on it on
Mm-hmm.
DVD. I don't know if you've gotten that or not, but
No, I know they did it. I've not seen it.
oh man, you got to get it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm really impressed. They did
Cool.
a really good job. And then, after seeing part 2, it's basically, Superman and Batman fighting each other.
Mm-hmm.
And, now we've got, the next Superman movie with them fighting. It's like, I wonder if they're going to take anything from that story and, carry it over. Kind of makes you wonder. But,
Well, yeah, because that's one of those of the 10 not made. The direct interpretation was that they were going to do that live action, and then the animated movie. It seems like that happens. I won't say a lot, but several times. I can't do a movie, do a cartoon. Okay,
yeah.
that's all the money we can scrape together.
Yeah, the DC's got it down really good with their animated stuff. Just about anything they do, I'm really impressed with. And then you go to live action, and Marvel's got it.
Oh, and just wait. Actually, I'm so pleased. I'm pleased as a shareholder, but also as a fan. I think Marvel, you could see their progression from Pixar to Marvel and then to Star Wars. They've perfected taking the methods used, whether it's in comic books or whatever, in different media, and now applying it to movies. Just the whole idea of crossovers, the whole idea of plot lines and everything. I think people have no idea. They think, oh, here comes the next trilogy, and maybe they'll do a side movie. I think people have no idea. I think it's gonna, and then you put JJ on it, you put Joss on it. They just get like, I mean, because who wouldn't? Hey, you want to direct Star Wars? I'll get back to you. Who's going to say no? You take the premier property and unleash some of the best storytellers on it and make them work together so they don't go off in the weeds. And I just think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying not to, get my hopes up too high just in case. See, I did
Jar
that
Jar's
with
grandchild.
I did that with the Star Trek reboot movie as well. I'm like, I don't want to see any spoilers. I don't want to know anything about this. I'm being really cautious. If it stinks, then so be it. But I don't want to know. And then I went and saw it, and it's like, man, this is actually really good. And I was totally sold. So
I think that they really did that with Into Darkness too. Is as much as it's an open secret that you're number two. So whereas Khan is like they did a great job of holding that secret in the movie itself.
Yeah.
So if you really didn't know, on the one hand, it's kind of like it's almost like a horror movie, right? If it's all suspense, you just get mad. But at the end, okay, yep, they get slain. I knew it. I knew it all along. They let you in on it.
I'm kind of disappointed in their choice of who they got to play for Khan, Benedict.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a really big fan of Sherlock.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then seeing him in this role, it's like, I don't know. He's not Ricardo. They should have found someone that more closely resembled him. I don't know. I just wasn't sold on him playing the part.
Well, I don't think resemblance is what they're casting for now. Maybe you say Zachary as Spock. I think Spock and Bones are pretty spooky. I mean, they do look like young guys over there, but other than kind of generally race, I don't think that was at all what they did for the other guys. Certainly Scotty's nothing like he did, and Kirk, well. Maybe we need to see him in 30 years and see how big a belly he gets. Christopher Pine, you've gone to pot. Okay, perfect. That's a method actor.
Ask him if he's got a toupee. Good opportunity for me to do my George Takei impression. You probably haven't heard that one, have you?
I don't think I have.
No. I mean, it's pretty simple to do for me, but it's like, hello, I'm George Takei.
Pretty good. So this is actually George Takei. It's not any of his characters. It's just him because he always does sound like maybe he's announcing like he's doing voiceover work just when he's talking.
Right.
Very clear pronunciation.
Got little bugs flying in front of my screen. Go away! Get the raid! But, so what do you got to talk about?
I thought I'm engaged well. Let's see. I don't know. It's all work, man. Let's see. What do we got for fun? Actually, I have drug out Batman Arkham City again because they have that prequel coming up in October. Although I'm a little disappointed because I love the voice work done there. It was interesting and very immersive having the animated series voices in an interactive game. I really like that. So they're giving it up, and it's a prequel, so they're all younger. So they have a premise too, but it's a hurdle they'll have to overcome in my mind.
Okay, who's doing the Joker?
Oh gosh, I've seen it. I don't know who. Yeah, it's not. Obviously, it's not Mark. I think it was probably Mark's choices. I think he might have been the first one that walked away.
Oh my God! No.
What? You looked it up?
No, I'm just saying, if it's not Mark, it's garbage. Nah.
Well, the big thing.
They've had like one or two other animated Jokers that haven't been Mark Hamill that have been okay, but he's got that part nailed. And if you don't have him, it's like it's tough. They didn't get him for Dark Knight Returns, and I had a hard time with that. But it was okay, but it's not Mark.
Troy Baker. is the guy's name.
That's kind of a generic name.
So let's see, he was oh no, view resume. Let's see. He's the host of Anime Road Rage. He played P.I. Parker in Comanche Moon. Frank Archer in Full Metal Alchemist. He's Genosuke in Basilisk. Okay, film. Oh, he also played record label employee in The Night of the White Pants. Oh, dude!
They took a guy off the street.
Yeah, you got big shoes to fill, dude. I hope you can bring it home.
Oh my gosh!
He's done a lot of cartoon work, though. I mean, it looks like almost all his stuff, for as much as he has a picture like he's a dashing young man. He's done a lot of cartoon stuff, so maybe. But yeah, it's hard to get over Mark Hamill not being there. And in fact, there's some kind of a signing campaign to vote to bring Kevin Conroy back as Batman. I do like. Have you seen? I don't know if it was Comic-Con. There's some convention where they were up together, and they were making fun of of the voices in the Dark Knight series.
Oh, really?
Kevin Conroy really sticking it to Christian Bale. Come on.
Oh, that's good.
I think it was Mark actually got him. I think it sounds like you're sick, dude. You're not menacing. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, in one of Kevin Smith's last podcasts, he was talking a little bit about Affleck as Batman, and he's like, yeah, he's got the voice for it too, and he goes and plays that little snippet in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where he's like, and Affleck was the bomb in Phantoms. He's like, that's what he's gonna sound like.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see, what else do we have here? There's a lot of Joel Schumacher stuff on that list.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Or at least a couple. 3 of them. 4.
He had big plans till he screwed the pooch.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another... God, that movie was just so bad.
Actually...
What they did to Bane, what they did to... giving Mr. Freeze to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, oh my God.
We need someone who's emotionless. It sounds robotic. Well, I don't know if it's that article or there's one that led me to that, but they even totally forgot or didn't even mention Val Kilmer. It's Batman. Like, you're so bad. No, it's not. We never went there. It never happened.
And that's kind of weird because I was okay with his version of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you go to Clooney and it's like, oh my God, come on. I mean, someone was on something.
He's money in the bank, man. You could sign him up to be Bozo the Clown and bring in millions.
Yeah. I wonder whose idea it was to put the nipples in the bat suit, though.
I don't think it was Clooney's.
Come on, rub my bat nipples. Come on.
They're bulletproof.
Actually, they maybe they were hiding guns. Like in Austin Powers.
He's a fembot?
Yeah. Oh, God. Yep. Strange, weird stuff. Oh, yeah, there's Clint down there. Clint Eastwood. Yeah. Yeah, weren't they... Oh, there it is.
What?
Well, number 9, they had talked about doing a Batman versus Superman like years prior.
Yeah.
And I was totally against that at the time. I'm like, and I had never read Dark Knight Returns at that point either.
You're just defending yourself before anybody gets
like,
on me about it.
I mean, no contest. Superman's gonna kick his ass, but then, I mean, you go and look at what they did in that graphic novel. It's like, oh yeah. I mean, he's got the smarts to pull it off.
Yeah.
And
dude, I just got hit by a nuclear weapon. Okay, I'm a little under the weather.
And it's kind of weird because they bring it up now for the next Superman movie, and everyone's on board. It's like,
yeah.
Okay, what happened to all the people like 10 years ago that thought this was a shit idea? And
they've all moved on.
Yeah, they all grew up.
That too.
Yeah. Some of us don't grow up. We're just Toys R Us kids.
Overrated.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not old. Damn it. So. Yeah, a moment of silence. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I lost you there for a second.
Nope.
All right.
It's the voice activation. It's truly silent. If I go beyond, I don't want you to have to hear my cat behind me meowing at me incessantly. So.
Okay. Yeah, our cat kind of leaves me alone for the most part.
So speaking of not going up, so what games are you playing now? Is it still just Lord of the Rings? Is it nothing? Is it something else? Gotten tired of the end game content?
I'm still doing Lord of the Rings Online. Basically don't have time for anything else again. Yeah, it's been a while since I logged into Star Trek Online. It's like maybe once every 3 months I'll log in, and well, maybe that's pushing it. Maybe it's closer to 6 months.
I did see they're still selling lifetime subscriptions. I wonder how long you have to be inactive to be deactivated as a lifetime user. How forgiving are they?
I don't know. If you bought a lifetime, it should be good for life.
There you go.
Of the game, so
even if they never hear from you,
I would think. I mean, with Lord of the Rings Online, you have an incentive, even though, I mean, if you're a lifetime subscriber there, and you don't log in every month, well, okay, let's say you do log in every month. They've got, the company that's behind the game, Turbine.
Mm-hmm.
You get Turbine points that you can use in the Lord of the Rings Online store, and you can buy upcoming expansions with those points and all that. So
yep.
You just log in once a month, and at least, and you've got the next expansion already paid for. You just log
as
in,
opposed to if you're lifetime, you should just get it.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that, but I'm not dealing out $15 a month either.
Yeah,
it's probably the best investment I made. And Star Trek Online, probably the worst.
Gaming investment.
Yeah, gaming investment. Yeah.
That's kind of how Star Wars The Old Republic works, although they don't have lifetime subscriptions, but if you're a subscriber, you get some of their store points to spend.
Yeah. Well, even Lord of the Rings Online, you don't have any... they stopped doing lifetime subscriptions a long time ago. So
Well, that's what surprises me is the game's already somewhat old, and how long a lifespan do they think that they have in front of them to be selling lifetime subscriptions now?
yeah, there's that too. But I'm hoping we'll get to you know see the battle at Mordor and Helm's Deep is coming up.
Oh, they don't even have that yet? Holy cow, these are the longest movies ever.
I know.
What are you all walking there?
I mean,
Get a horse.
We finally got Rohan like early in the year. So yeah, Helm's Deep is coming up. So you've got Western Rohan.
So the first year was like just planning the birthday party in Hobbiton? Hunting down the perfect cakes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when the game started out, they went more towards going north rather than going east.
Mm-hmm.
So you went up to like Lake Evendim and eventually up into Angmar. That was like the end game at that point, going up to Angmar, and then eventually after.
And you're all like, did these guys read the book?
Yeah.
That's where they go.
But yeah, people kind of got caught up finally, and then they're like, okay, now we'll move east, and they threw in, the Mines of Moria and
yep,
going over to Lothlorien, and they've got Southern Mirkwood. They have yet to do Northern Mirkwood. Northern Mirkwood would be interesting now that the Hobbit movies have come out or are coming out. So maybe we'll see that in the future sometime here. But I suppose it all depends on licensing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get Helm's Deep coming up, and Minas Tirith would be another neat place to go visit. So I'm hoping they get that far.
Before they bite it, God, I hope they get that. I hope we all live.
Yeah.
That's I maybe you'll find this not related, but I do have to laugh every time, and he's in the news a lot. Every time I hear Secretary Kerry, it always makes me think of Buckleberry Ferry. It's like that's not a real name. Secretary Kerry said this, and I just have to laugh. And then he's talking about atrocities in Syria or these serious things. I'm just laughing. Secretary Kerry. They should have thought of it. Boy. They should have changed the name of the job before they gave it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that Star Trek Online, I don't know, I think part of it is it felt too repetitive. I mean, even though you're going to different worlds and stuff, you're, especially with the space battles, it's like you're kind of doing the same thing every time.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to these areas, and yeah, you might recognize the name of the area and stuff, but it's still so generic because you're in space.
Yeah.
But like you go along in Lord of the Rings, and it's like, okay, you're in the Trollshaws, and you see the 3 trolls that got turned into stone. And little things along the way like that where it's like, yeah, I remember this from the books or the movie, and we're over here, and it's recognizable. Whereas Star Trek Online, I just don't get that feeling. Maybe that's why I just don't play it as much.
Now, have you done any of the Foundry missions? That's one thing I like, because I see a lot of MMOs that don't have player bit made content, and I think some of them were pretty simple to start with, but they've gotten pretty sophisticated.
No, I don't think I have. I haven't gotten into those. I mean, I'm still, well, let's see. I was going to say, I'm still flying around in a Defiant class ship, but...
Well, that's not bad. You can do it. They scale.
Yeah.
It's not all end game.
But when I did get a chance to get Excelsior class, I had to pick up one of those.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep, I had to have the Red October,
Actually, that's where I am with Star Wars: The Old Republic. just came out with a big. And I'm just a free player there because I'm cheap, but it's also funny because as I said, they give people their store bucks, so people always, whenever people get them and don't want anything, they buy stuff that free people can't get and put it on the auction. They pretty much can equip what I want, but I've been trying to make Darth Smiley, and you think they have exotic combinations, but they actually have there's a facial pattern. That actually is, it would do at a distance for a smile, but I can't get green hair. See, now would you come play a new game if you could come be with Darth Smiley and go kick ass? Lightning out of his fingers.
Yeah.
Not yet, though.
Well, it's like in Lord of the Rings. I've got a hunter character, my main character that I started out with, and one of his outfits that he's got, it reminds me a lot of Green Arrow.
Oh yeah, okay.
I just don't have the blonde hair to go with it. I tried to get the blonde hair, but being from Gondor, they only let me have like brown or black or gray hair.
It's a little cosplay, right? It's fan made. He's read all of it. He has all the Green Arrow books. That's all.
Yeah. But yep, I'm doing that, and I was doing StarCraft 2 for a while, and I'll get back into it again. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, I didn't play that for long. Either that and Diablo 3, I didn't really play that long. I was out of those quick.
Yeah, I don't have Diablo 3, but I did get a copy of Diablo 2 at a garage sale.
Okay.
Along with the expansion.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, I got that about a year and a half ago, and I still haven't played it yet.
Was it that? No, Dungeon Siege. So I played, actually, Julie, my wife, likes both Diablo 2 and Dungeon Siege 2, which are both kind of, well, I guess Diablo 2 is older, but they're kind of the same, isometric perspective kind of thing. But one thing I really liked about Dungeon Siege, and they both have that kind of repeated thing, right? You have the same goat people, and they're purple now instead of red, so they're harder. Why is purple harder? But I like Dungeon Siege because secret rooms actually were secret. Like you'd have to find that there'd be a brick you can move or a torch that turned. It wasn't like you hold down and you see that it's glowing like in Neverwinter Nights. You hold down the tab key and everything glows white. Aha! That's usable. Like in the Scooby-Doo cartoons, you knew some piece of wall was going to come down because it was colored not the same as the background. Something's going to happen with that. I know. That's a good way to train you to look for those things. It's interactable. Great. But I like that because you actually had to. I remember we were some ways into it, and then I finally found one, and I'm like, "Holy cow, really?" And then I'm like, "We gotta go redo this. We gotta restart right now and search every single brick in every dungeon we've ever found, because I may have missed one." But you actually had to, read the maps or say, why is there this block here? We should go find it out. It really seemed like exploring as opposed to just opening another barrel to find 5 gold coins in it or something.
Yeah, that's like how you remember the original Legend of Zelda.
Uh-huh.
It's like that. I remember going on like every screen possible, and I'm planting bombs everywhere to see if I can find a cave, or setting every single tree and bush on fire to see if there's a stairway there. Yeah, sometimes you'd get lucky and find one, but kind of reminds me of that.
By the way, speaking of news 1 week ago, have you seen Mike Tyson playing Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
No.
Go YouTube that, dude. He's not that good at it.
Oh gosh.
He never played it before. He'd never seen it before.
What the fuck?
Sold out, man. Mike Tyson sold out.
He didn't even know he had his name on that game? What the hell?
Well, no, he probably had his name on that game because he got a check from it.
Well, yeah, but he's probably getting a lot of checks at the time from.
Yeah. But he actually had some problems beating Glass Joe, the first guy.
Oh my gosh. That's
Anyway.
just funny.
That was on Fox Sports a week ago. Someone at work told me about it.
I gotta write that one down.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah. Make a note here, Tyson boxing, as opposed to Tyson chicken.
Yep. Why is Mike Tyson boxing chickens? I remember both those. Did you ever videotape Zelda? I know you videotape Punch Out, studying the tape.
Zelda, I don't believe I did. I can believe I did it with Tyson, but there wasn't too many that I did that with. You know, recording my games.
That was state of the art at the time.
Yeah.
It was hardcore.
Yeah, and like when you brought that up last time, I'm like, I have no memory of that. But I must have done it, maybe.
Is there some tape? See, that's the problem, because your mom's already moved out, so there's not likely to be a tape somewhere in the attic.
No.
Yeah, I could still have. My mom just retired, so maybe she'll clean stuff out. But there still could be something in there, something in the house.
See, I think most of my tapes I took along with me, and possibly I ended up taping over them with Star Trek.
Oh, lost.
I mean, if I've got a tape and it had something like that on, yeah, I probably taped over it. Like, I completed the mission, I don't need this anymore. I should really get a battery for this sometime. Sitting in my drawer next to me, remember the old Venom action figure?
Oh, yeah.
With the backpack?
Die, Spider-Man, I want to eat your brain.
You forgot the third one. Third button was just... He just hissed. Yeah, die, Spider-Man. I want to eat your brains.
Yeah, that's the one that made it how much is that on eBay? Because that was brilliant, too.
I haven't looked for a while on that. But,
it's funny, some things that are so valuable and some that aren't. Because I have for my Genesis, I have Aerobiz, which is like an airline company simulation, and I loved it. At the time, I still have it. I loved it that much, and it's like a couple $100. No, you can't have it for a couple $100. I haven't played it in a decade, but I might want to. I need to legally hold on to a copy so I can say I have the ROM.
It's really gone down in value. Some guy is selling one for a buy it now of $12.
Oh, yeah. Is it working?
Yeah, probably not. It's still in the package.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. It's all broken out. I see a bunch of different Venom ones. How do you know? How'd you find that one?
I just typed in Venom action figure. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of other ones, but that one came along. But yeah, the packaging on that one. I can really talk.
Come, bring your children closer. Listen.
It's, hey, I can really talk. Just press my buttons and hear for yourself. Die, Spider-Man. I want to eat your brain. Evil Venom hiss.
Oh, there it is. I see it now. Okay.
Oh,
there's a guy with $9 buy it now.
Oh my gosh.
In a package. Oh, who cares? They're not getting mine anyway.
Yeah, I had to open mine up.
Oh yeah, mine was way open.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you had talked me into buying that one, if I remember correctly.
Could be.
I think that might have been on the same trip where I bought my Christmas tree and stockings and
Oh,
everything right after Christmas that one year.
okay.
And I got the Venom action figure too.
Merry Christmas. I want to eat your brain.
Yeah. Like, this is awesome. I wonder if someone's got wave files of that out there somewhere. They should. That reminds me too. I've been looking a couple of times for a wave file of, the Darth Vader "I am your sister."
Yeah, I've heard that around.
I wasn't able to find it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it was the local copy. I know I've heard it out there before. Oh, here's a YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know if the YouTube ones had it right though.
Oh, that's your sister.
Darth Vader sister dot wave.
Yeah, these just get sister.
Darth Vader sister.
I'm your sister. I am your sister. There you go.
Oh.
Actually, this is a lot better than my edit. The big one.
Oh, is that? I haven't looked at the link yet, but is that a YouTube one?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the edit's pretty bad. Oh, here's a song. I am your sister's song. Yeah, so it's not that old audio. I mean, you can tell the audio. I mean, it's so bad you can tell it's patched together. This one actually is out of the movie, so the patching is bad, but there's a little static on it.
My foot's falling asleep.
Is that a keeper?
Maybe. Yeah, earlier when I just got on the computer, my hand was like vibrating yet. So I was out mowing the lawn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always used to get that when I had to push more.
Actually, it wasn't more. It was more mowing weeds than anything else. The grass really hasn't grown, only the weeds.
Well, they are weeds. Volunteer plants. They like that term better.
Yeah. Yep, I mowed one area in this green.
What the heck was that behind something's being killed or squealing for joy behind you?
9:25. This is usually the time that he wants his food.
Ah.
It's like, come on, food. I'm here. Yeah.
Meow. I love you. I'm so hungry.
I haven't forgotten. I'll get over there. Just chill. Yep, so I spent the last 2 days, I've been doing the bachelor thing this weekend, because everyone else got to go up to the cabin up north, and
okay.
I got to stay home.
You got to, or okay?
Well,
are you on call?
Had to, yes, I'm on call.
Okay. I'm trying to spin it in a positive way here, okay? Don't spoil it.
But, with everyone being gone, it's like I've got the house to myself, and I can sleep in without being interrupted. I can watch what I want on TV. In fact, I ended up watching the 3 Lord of the Rings movies, extended editions, and watched the first 2 yesterday. I was going to do all 3 yesterday, and then somehow in there I got a little behind. I guess, you got to make food and stuff at some point.
How will I eat? I'm not sure.
Yeah. So that took some time out, and by the time I got done with the second one, it was like 10 o'clock. I'm like, I am not doing another 4-hour movie. So I did that one this morning, so I'm all movied out.
We watched. Actually, we got a new Blu-ray player because our Samsung Blu-ray player sucked. We found out Julie was researching it and found out they had a lot of problems with it. But we got a Sony, which was only just because it's cheaper. But
Really?
it has a decent. Yeah, we got it for $79. It has an interesting remote too. Instead of a bunch of buttons, it's a 21st century remote. It wants you to gesture. It has a touchpad and wants you to go up and down and right and tap. But it has nice plugins for Hulu and Netflix and Amazon, and so we actually rented the first movie we've rented off Amazon in HD was Kick-Ass, because I told her I wanted to see, and we haven't yet, but I told her I wanted to go see Kick-Ass 2, and I think I saw it on the plane one time, and she hadn't seen Kick-Ass 1, so she rented that, and she actually liked it.
Really? Cool.
It's kind of mystery man-ish, kind of that, but it's kind of bloody and gory. Right about the time they were microwaving the guy, it's kind of gory. What do you mean? Oh, that. But she loved the fact that they had that. The first time Hit Girl goes at it and they have the la 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 la. She just was in stitches.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd seen that on Netflix. Because I'd kind of thought about seeing it when it came out in the theaters, and it just never happened. And
yeah,
saw it on Netflix, and I'm like, yeah, I'll watch it. Saw it, I'm like, oh man, I should have seen this in the theater. This is good.
Yeah.
And yeah, when it came out, I'm like, man, I'm going opening day. So I caught it, opening day on a matinee.
Oh, for 2?
Yep. Yeah, it's good stuff again. I'll just say that. Yeah, go see it.
Okay. Aye.
Yeah. Yeah, what else did I see this summer? Of course, I saw the Man of Steel.
I never saw that. We were gone. I wanted to, but we were gone, and it's so jam packed. By the time Wolverine came out, like, yeah, you can go at 11 a.m. and 3. Oh no. So no, never got to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Some people have a beef with that movie too because of the last fight sequence, which I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but
right.
It gets pretty destructive. It's kind of what you'd expect after seeing two superhuman people go at it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they're complaining about. But the cause and effect of that. But I can't give anything away.
Yeah, all right.
So, but yeah, when you get a chance, take a look at that one too. Yeah, it's very rare that I go to a movie and just come away from it saying, that was just garbage, I never want to see it again. I don't think that's happened since Batman and Robin.
Oh no. Here comes the comparison.
Yeah, if there's a movie I want to see, it's usually one that I know is going to be pretty good, or that I'll think is good anyways. Maybe not other people may think it's good, but so yeah, it's very rare that I'm disappointed. Gosh, what else did I see? I did see Wolverine. I was gonna go see Pacific Rim, but that didn't happen. You didn't see that one, did you?
No, I didn't. I was, it seemed to get a lot of good reviews, and I'm like, well, maybe, but I'm too much of a BattleTech hardcore guy to say nah. So I didn't. Now,
Ah,
what did I see? Iron Man, Wolverine,
yep, Iron Man.
Monsters University.
No, I missed that one.
It's still going on. You can still make up for it. That wasn't bad. I mean, it was, it's a prequel. It was good. There's some funny writing, but it's a mild one. Um, what else might I have seen?
I usually stick this stuff on my calendar too. Whoop.
No way. your log. I think we've seen a couple other ones, but I can't think of them.
Oh, I did see World War Z.
Oh, I
It was okay. Not something I'd probably go see again, but yeah, it was alright. Of course, I saw Star Trek Into Darkness.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yep, Iron Man 3, Man of Steel.
I haven't. Have you seen? I tried to see, and I don't. I think we were going to look at one of the scary movie ones, and I look at some of the things, the breadth of things that they parody. I'm like, that'd be kind of funny to watch, but Julie was not interested in that at all.
No. I went to the first one in the theater.
Yeah.
And it was alright. It was kind of funny and stuff. And I was watching one of the sequels on TV not too long ago. And it was just bad. Just really bad.
Ooh.
So
Then how about Elysium?
no, I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
My friend Chad Richter, he wanted to go to shoot, what was it? Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
And ended up not going to that because I'm not really a big fan of Tom Cruise. I mean,
He
it
just
looked
gets
kind
in
of
my way.
interesting and stuff, but I don't know.
Actually, the other one that sounds interesting, I'm sure Julie wouldn't go to, is You're Next.
Hmm.
That's,
I don't think I've
it's
heard
a
of that
horror.
one.
It's a horror movie. So it's a horror movie. It's these guys. It's almost so these guys are killers and they take over a family reunion picnic. But then those guys are the ones that get picked off. So they kill or whatever, and then they're hunted where they think they're the hunters. So
Huh.
kind of turning the tables on the bad guys is interesting, but I imagine it's pretty gory.
Interesting.
It kind of, when it's not like the camp counselor or some hot chick. It's kind of funny. You want the bad guys to get got. Like you're rooting for the really bad guy.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
else did
Rachel wanted to go to The Conjuring,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think she ever made it to that one. She wanted to go and take Sean.
He's old enough for that now.
Well, yeah, he is actually, but I mean, these two, oh my gosh. They watched The Exorcist one night,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them they were not in the right frame of mind for this movie.
They were freaked out, or what? Or they laughed at it?
They laughed at almost the whole thing. It's like, it's one of the frickin' scariest movies that have been out there. You're laughing at it? What the heck? Well, it's like, I had gotten, our Blockbuster Video in Rochester closed up. This is about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they're selling off all their DVDs. And one of them that I ended up getting was Poltergeist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, one night it was Rachel, Sean, and myself, and we're watching Poltergeist. And, yeah, same thing.
Well, that
Like,
is funny. No, the end of the house blows away. That's not believable. It's kind of funny.
But it's like they weren't fazed by the clown doll, or the caskets and bodies falling out when they popped up through the house or the
Yeah.
swimming pool, and like it's no use watching a scary movie with them.
No, see, no, you got just give them Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
if that
one.
would work.
No, because then you don't know, when's it real, when's it not. That was always that's still one of the scariest movies, I think. Not the latter ones. They get stupid, but the first one.
Yeah, Rachel's not too much into the slasher type
Yeah.
horror movies. It's more the
What the heck?
kind of the ones that kind of make you think more.
Oh, what about Alien? Is that slasher type?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
If
mean,
that would,
it's a
that would
small
count.
crew. It's not like it's once every 5 minutes or something, but there's a lot of suspense in there.
Yeah. Speaking of Alien,
Yeah.
shoot, John Hurt, who was in Alien.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna be in the Doctor Who episode that's coming up, 50th anniversary special,
Oh, really? Okay.
as an incarnation of the Doctor that we have not seen before.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't make the connection at first, and then they're like, "Oh, he's also done this work in the past," and yeah, he was the guy that had the alien bust out of his chest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's epic. Dude, I believed you. I was going to say, one movie, I mean, it's still kind of slasher. I mean, people die. It's a horror movie. But it's not really like a killer. But Julie loves it, but she had to watch it in 5-minute intervals. It's Final Destination.
I've never seen that, actually.
Oh, that is really, and again, so they've made a couple sequels, and so that's like Highlander. It always dilutes everything. That is a really interesting, scary movie because it's more like the universe hates you, like you cheated death, and so they're coming back for you. So anything can be just like the most unusual killer stuff there is. It's interesting, but you don't know where it's coming from because it's not a guy walking along. And so Julie had if something would happen, and she'd be like, "Okay, I got to walk that off." but she stuck. I think we originally saw it. We had rented it from a place, and we actually either paid penalties or renewed it to keep it for a while longer because she wanted to stick with it.
Huh.
Yeah, that was a really interesting one. And they're all theorizing about how it happens or what. I'm like, what are you guys, physicists? You don't know.
Let's see. What was that other series? Series of scary movies. Shoot. Can't think of the name of it now. List some scary movies.
Well, so like, what do they think of like Sixth Sense?
I know Sean hasn't seen that. I'm not sure if Rachel has.
Did you?
Myself,
did you ever see?
I gotta say, I have not actually seen the whole thing yet.
Well, now why haven't you seen the whole thing? Because you ran away because it was scary?
No, I ended up catching it on TV, and yeah, it was only like bits and pieces that I caught. I really should go see the whole thing sometime.
No, it's not scary, although it's suspenseful. Have you ever seen Unbreakable?
No.
Oh, that is super awesome. I mean, it's a Shyamalan movie, right? But I'll tell you, it's a superhero movie. It's like an origin story. It is freaking awesome.
I'll have to write that one down.
Yeah, it's really cool, and that was when the Shyamalan whole I'm gonna turn you a corner at the end, and you never saw it coming. It's really good. If you like comic books, it's really good.
All right, so yeah, that's about enough time that we have for this episode. Again, I am Todd Pletz.
And I'm Matt Spielman.
And that's a wrap.